Are you truly living an authentic life? Are you living being the best version of yourself every single day? In this video, you're going to be seeing a conversation between someone who's not living his authentic life, who's living probably a caged life, and who wants to get out of the shell and start living an authentic, a truly inspired, a truly energized life and lifestyle. So let's get started. So this is going to be a super watch for you. So please stay till the end. Probably take a lot of notes and keep sharing your comments below on what have been your thoughts and reactions about the 5 points through which you can really understand if you're actually living a caged life or if you're living a truly authentic life. All right, so the 5 points. 5 points. I hope through the conversation that I'm going to have with this person, you're going to also realize what are those areas where you really have to improve yourself. All right, let's get started. All right, so hi, welcome to this channel. I'm Karthik Sundararaman. Thank you so much for being here. I just wanted to know from you, you know, when it comes to being spontaneous, when it comes to just spontaneously being yourself, let's say in a kind of a social situation, uh, how easy do you think it is for you? First of all, yeah, thanks for having me on your channel, and thanks for taking me through this, because with this conversation that I'm having with you, uh, I will truly know if I'm living my authentic life or I'm living a caged life. Yeah, so thank you so much for having me here. So spontaneity. All right. So uh, sometimes it feels a little tricky for me to be kind of spontaneous in my conversations. I feel uh, I feel someone might judge me. I feel like, have you seen a lot of people who start their conversation saying, "I know this is a stupid idea, but I still want to ask you this." You know, when you have that, when someone has this kind of a thought process that their idea is already stupid even before they talk it out, you know for a fact that they are not kind of spontaneous enough. There are a lot of cases where they are going to withhold their ideas and not going to be sharing it, just as they come, because they think people are going to judge them. That's something which I experience a lot of times. So that's the first thing. Okay, so through this, you understood that if there is that lack of spontaneity in you when it comes to you expressing yourself in a group or in a kind of social situation, probably you have to understand that you're not living your true, authentic life. That's something probably you have to work upon. So just let me know in the comment box. What do you think of being spontaneous means to you? What does being spontaneous means to you? And are you seeing any lack of spontaneity in one or more areas of your life? Just let me know in the comment box so that I can look at that. I can hopefully share some things that are going to be useful for you to get out of that and start living a truly spontaneous life. All right. So let's ask this person the second question about to understand if he's living an authentic life or a caged life. The second question for you is, um, how often do you communicate your real feelings and thoughts with others? For example, how openly do you share within your close circle? Uh, what are your real goals? What are your feelings about something, or the true authentic thought about, let's say, your career or your life or your relationship or money or anything of these sorts? How easy is it for you to communicate all these things? Yeah. Okay, communicating real feelings. I know that a lot of times I lack this when some of my peer group, when they ask me, "What is the stretch goal that you have for yourself?" I sometimes I it makes it very difficult for me to have this conversation where I can explain them what are my true feelings and thoughts about it. If I will be able to achieve this, or can I even transparently explain what it is that I'm trying to do? It becomes a little tricky for me to do that. So that's what it is. All right. So the takeaway for you from this point is, are you able to communicate your real feelings and thoughts? May not be with everyone, but at least with a smaller circle whom you really trust, whom you really uh, uh, you can be yourself, whom you can be open with whom you can at least start thinking of sharing things that can help you grow, help you achieve your things, achieve your targets, achieve your goals much faster. Let me know in the comment box if you're struggling with this area in your life. So let's get on to the third question. Let's ask this person third question to understand where he is on this. All right. The third question for you would be, how often do you stretch beyond what you think you can actually do? How often do you do? How often do you stretch yourself? Let's say you set a goal, and do you challenge yourself and stretch beyond that, and let's say achieve it in half the time or three-fourths the time that you had set for yourself? Do you do that? That's an interesting question. I read it somewhere that let's say you have a goal that you have set for yourself, and if you have set a timeline, the fun fact is, uh, even if you set the timeline to half, even if you cut short the target dates to half, people there are a lot of people who have still been able to achieve it because they a lot of times we are not so good at estimating our own potential and capacity. So I know that I lack a little bit on this. I need to take probably a little bit more bigger action and stuff. So if you have any help or support system that you are creating so that I can get out of all these things, please do share. I'll be more than happy to join and learn through you and from the community. All right. So through this conversation, I hope you're getting this point that if you really want to not live a caged life, you really have to be stretching yourself every single day. By stretching, I mean, are you setting goals that you think you can do? Let's say you can do with some kind of support, but it's a little kind of a stretch that you have to go through. You have to probably learn a lot of things. You have to probably develop a lot of new habits. Probably you have to find a peer group who will push you every single day. Probably you have to get coached by someone. Do you have these thoughts? If you're not, probably you should start looking at how you can improve yourself, how you can build those high performance habits. And if you're someone who's keenly interested on this, just check out the link and join my upcoming masterclass. And now let's go on to the fourth question and ask this person how he feels about this. All right. The fourth question for you, the fourth question is, uh, how much do you rate your sense of fulfillment in what you do? Let's say it can be in your career, it can be in your relationship, it can be uh, in your health or your satisfaction level. How thriving are you at your workplace? Just let me know. I'm keen to understand this. Fulfillment, this is a big question. So a lot of people think uh, because they still do not have a sense of purpose in their life, they feel there cannot be fulfillment without having a sense of purpose. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. So yes, a lot of people, including me, struggle to understand what it is to have a purpose and all. So I know that in your coaching program you have this module of how do you really find your purpose. I know that you're creating this in your courses. So I really look forward to learning through that. All right. So I hope through this conversation you are able to understand that uh, people who are unable to live their real potential, who are still living that caged life, you know what they do? They do not have, unfortunately, do not have a sense of fulfillment. They think it's only about achieving those dreams and goals, but they never understand that it's the process that you have to be dedicated to. Right. So even a lot of people who are experts in neuroscience, they talk about the dopamine release when what happens when you hit a target, you hit a goal, you reach your destination, something that you have in your mind. But they also say that if you're only getting dopamine hit once you attain the goal and not during the process, then it cannot be sustainable. You know what I mean? So you have to be really be okay with this process of going through. And when the goal, when you attain the goal, you have to uh, still stay in a state where it's not like you're not overshooting your dopamine levels, which means you're not over excited, you're not overly celebrating it, because the whole process is a celebration for you. If this makes sense, if this was a bulb on or a super learning moment, just let me know in the comment box, so that I know that you're a serious learner. I know that whatever I'm creating for you, you're able to consume and use it and utilize it in your life. All right, please let me know in the comment box, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you're able to draw some amount of value through this. All right, that's the fourth point. So now let's ask this person the fifth point. Um, are you in love? When I say are you in love, it's not about are you in love with someone, or are you in general in are you in love with life? That's the question I want to ask you. Wow, not in love. I cannot say that I'm not in love with life. In general, I enjoy life, but when I say enjoy life, I think it has to be a holistic thing. It cannot be just one area where you love doing things, and in the other area you just do not, right? So that's something I want to know. How can I do it? And I know that through the high performance habits that you share, you talk a lot about having seeking clarity as one of the high performance habits, raising necessities being one of the high performance habits. So I'm pretty sure that if I can constantly practice those habits that you teach, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to ultimately fall in love with the process and with life. So thanks for sharing that. And thank you for having me in this channel. All right. So I hope through this conversation, you're able to understand that people who are truly living their authentic self, they are in love with life in general. They're in love because they really want to live that moment in the best possible way that they can. Make sense? So um, through this, I hope I was able to open up some kind of thinking in you, and I really want to challenge you to get out of one or more of these things if you're experiencing it, and start living a life which you're meant to live, you know. And if you really need that help and support, I'm creating a community where I'm helping people to get out of this by adopting high performance habits, because your sum total of all the habits that you have in your life, your results that you have attained in your health, in your wealth, in your career, relationship, is because and simply because of the cumulative effect of habits that you have put in so far. So if you want to change the results, start changing the habits. And if you are someone who's really keen on adapting this high performance lifestyle, you have to be in my masterclass and learning those secrets, learning those 6 high performance habits that can really elevate the game for you, and elevate the game for people around you. Let's say family members, your team members. So many people can get benefited because you are elevating yourself in the process. All right, so check out the link and join. And I really want to see you there learning live with me. And with that note, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you this conversation was a little useful for you, and also kind of a new kind of a content in my channel. I'm doing this for the first time, interviewing people who are not able to live their authentic true life. Let me know in general what you felt about this video. If you like this like this kind of a content on my channel. And thank you so much for being here and watching it till this moment. I'll catch you soon in the next one. Take care.